I came to SoulCentro to experience Iboga because I was seeking truth. And for most of my life, I've always felt like something was missing inside of me. And I felt like something inside of me was broken. And I came here and I was drawn to Iboga because I wanted to see if there's anything that could help me, with those feelings. My intentions for the ceremony was just to connect with truth, to reconnect with parts of myself that I felt had been lost, and to just see if there was anything out there that could, help me feel whole. Yeah. Some key takeaways from my experience here at SoulCentro would be, that I had spent my life looking for things outside of myself to make me feel like a whole person, and really it's fruitless to look outside of yourself because all the answers lie within. And the medicine was so miraculous and so pivotal in showing me the path and for helping me understand that you can't really rely on anything outside of yourself, and that the mind is so powerful and the mind really creates so much of the world that you live in. And that if you reconnect with yourself, then, you can control that. The Iboga experience was not what I expected. So, there were two ceremonies. The first night was really, really difficult. It was really chaotic. I felt like the mind purge was fully happening, and I felt like my mind was racing 1,000 miles a minute. And there were 1,000 voices just talking over each other, trying to speak at the same time. And it's still really hard to put into words what takeaways I had, except there was just this one underlying voice that didn't quite get drowned out, but I think my mind really wanted to drown it out. But it was just there, and it was kind of what anchored me to the experience, and it just that's where I got all my insights. It's really hard to explain, but that's what it felt like. And I woke up the next day and there were just more insights coming up, with every hour, and I just felt so sure of what the medicine was trying to tell me, and it's really powerful. It's just not at all what I expected. I didn't really have a lot of visions. I didn't really get the typical experience that you read about, but it was mine, and it was really powerful. The second one was really difficult in that, I could feel a lot of the old patterns emerging, and that was challenging because after the miraculous first night, I kind of thought, oh, I'm fixed, I'm whole, it's fine, I'm good, and I thought the second night would be easy, but it wasn't. And I think that was like a lesson in and of itself, where it's like whatever, expectations I had of the medicine saving me or, releasing me, the second night was the medicine's way of showing me, like, the work's not over, the work is just beginning, and the work doesn't stop as soon as you have an insight. You have to keep applying it, so the old patterns coming up, it's not something to be scared of, it's something to welcome, and I feel like I'll have the rest of my life to really apply the lessons that I've learned. So how do I feel about the way this medicine will affect the relationship I have with myself? That's a good question. I think that before coming here and before experiencing Iboga, I had resigned to just accepting that there were so many things that were just part of my personality or just inherent in the way that I am, or because of things I had experienced in my past, like being impatient or being judgmental or being unhappy. But, this medicine has helped me realize that those aren't fixed traits, and I don't have to just accept that. And that's really liberating, you know, because I have choice and I have agency to change the things about myself that I don't accept. So I think that's going to have profound impact on my relationship with myself. How do I feel like this experience will speak to my parenting? Well, my daughter is 5, and parenting has been one of the greatest challenges of my life because it's brought out so much of my own traumas just through her eyes and just through the experiences that I've had. And I think that there was a lot of complication in the way that I approached my relationship with her. Namely, you know, me wanting to give her things that I never got, but also feeling really resentful and feeling really like this isn't fair that I don't get these things, you know, and there was a lot of push-pull in that way. And I don't think I ever really allowed myself to see her as her own person. I kind of just would look at her and see myself, and I would give her the things that, unconsciously, that I wanted, you know? And without really thinking about her own selfhood and her own identity. But now I feel like this is going to help me reframe how I view her, because it's really helped me reframe how I view myself, you know? And that her behaviors are not like a reflection of me. And her identity is like separate and discrete from me, you know? And I think it's going to allow me to approach parenting with more compassion, with more acceptance, and with more just attentiveness to her own needs versus my needs. Did I feel supported by the team? So much. Yeah, the team at SoulCentro, I can't even put into words how much care and thought and meticulousness they've put into the experience to ensure that we're all comfortable and that we're all supported. You know, I could tell that they really care about the work that they're doing, and I'm so grateful for the space that they've provided for us during this experience. Thank you. Oh my gosh. How did I enjoy the food and the hospitality? So the food here was so amazing. You know, they had on site the most perfect and beautiful chef, Pedro, who made the most beautiful food. And I felt so nourished. I mean, I thought I was gonna go back home and, you know, just lose weight because I wasn't gonna be eating a lot. I was gonna be all messed up from the medicine, but I ate so much, and I felt like my soul was so nourished from just all of the food I was eating. And so that was just beautiful and wonderful. And the facility was great. I mean, it's just in the middle of this beautiful, remote Costa Rican jungle. And so many animals and sounds of nature surrounding me. And, you know, trees. Yeah, it was just perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything more.